Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is finally Friday. So we have a very special thing to talk about today on the show. But before we get started with all of that, I would like to say thank you to our sponsors, of course, just like every day. So R7, Impact Athletic Performance, of course, Hy-Vee Market Grill, Toyota, Lutheran Living, Suntan City, Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine. All of these people are just so important to us, and we couldn't do this show without them. So thank you so much for being sponsors, and not only sponsors of the show, but great supporters of the community. So today on the show, we are going to be talking about get your rearing gear. And for a lot of people in the community, that means so much, including myself and my family. And we're going to have Dr. Prasad Nadkarni, which I know so many people in the community are missing him, just like I am. And so we have him remoting in to talk to us a little bit about why the event is so important to him. And also Beth is joining us from Unity Point, Trinity Muscatine, to talk about the event specifically here in Muscatine and what it's going to look like this year. We're just so excited to bring it back to Muscatine and talk about all of the reasons why it's so important to have this event and to bring the awareness to everyone in Muscatine and beyond. So I am excited to get started. I think we're going to start off with Dr. Nadkarni. He's, like I said, we're going to remote in with him. So let's see if he's ready here. All right. Dr. Nadkarni, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Awesome.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Look at
Look
you
at you being outside.
Yeah,
You're not in Iowa anymore.
that's right. I'm in Florida and enjoying the sunshine here.
Well, we all miss you so much in Iowa.
Likewise, except for the weather.
So this morning.
Oh,
Sorry. So this morning we are talking about get your rear
gear. And just wanted to talk about the importance of the event and why you have always been such a big supporter of the event here in Muscatine, and not only sponsored the event, but as a doctor, been such a huge supporter of the event as well.
Well, the main reason is, colon cancer is one of the leading cancers in the United States. It rates among top three cancers in the United States. And some facts we need to know about colon cancer. One is the symptoms that you get from colon cancer many times do not present until it is pretty advanced. So people talking about, rectal bleeding, change of bowel habits, all these things are symptoms of colon cancer, but they may not present themselves until the cancer is advanced. Second fact is colon cancer does not typically start as a cancer, but it starts as a small benign growth, what we call a polyp. These polyps, if they are allowed to grow maybe 5 years, 10 years, then eventually they change their behavior. And from being benign, they change to cancerous behavior. So we know that. And thirdly, colonoscopy is a very easy way to find these polyps. So if you do regular colonoscopy, then you can find these polyps, remove them, and thereby, kind of nip the colon cancer in the bud. So the importance of get your rear in gear is to promote colonoscopies, which is the right way to find these polyps, destroy them, and thereby prevent cancer. And it may sound too simplistic, but that is the fact.
Yeah. And so the cool thing about Get Your Rearing Gear here locally is that those funds stay local and they come back to Trinity Muscatine and help people who may not, either they're not insured or they're underinsured, so that we make sure that they are able to get those colonoscopies and get those screenings done so that they are able to like you said, nip it in the butt if something, if they're having symptoms or if they're at that age where they should be having those screenings, that can be done, and that finances aren't stopping them from having those things.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, and let's talk a little bit about what is the age that people should really start having these screenings done if they're not having any symptoms, but there is a time when you should have these screenings regardless of that.
That's correct. So, Ashley, the guidelines are somewhat changing right now. Typically, people who do not have colonoscopy, they are advised to start screening, which means getting their first colonoscopy at the age of 50. If it is completely normal, then they should continue having colonoscopy every 10 years until they reach the age of 70. And after that, if they develop symptoms down the road, then they should get colonoscopy at that time, which is not a preventative one, but a diagnostic one. Somebody who has family history, they are considered at higher risk, so they should start doing colonoscopies earlier. Typically, I would say at the age of 40 or 10 years before the age of the youngest relative with colon cancer. So if they had uncle who developed colon cancer at the age of 45, then they should start getting colonoscopy at the age of 35. And the frequency is also different. The people with family history, they are considered higher risk, and they should get colonoscopies every 5 years or sooner if they develop symptoms. That is broader outline
Yes.
or advice.
Yeah. Um, I think the important thing for people to know is just like there are a lot of cancers like this, but the sooner you can catch these things, the more you're screening and taking care of yourself and doing some of these things like colonoscopies and taking care of yourself and listening to your body, the sooner the better. So even if you find that you have this cancer, the sooner you find it, the better. So making sure that you get the screenings when needed. And if you have family history, that you're making sure that you go that 10 years, 10 years prior, and talking to your doctor when you have anything abnormal going on with your body. Those are all such important things when it comes to cancer. And it can really prevent it from getting so much worse. And I can't stress the importance of that enough. And I know you would join me in that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Colonoscopy entails maybe taking one day off on the day of colonoscopy, whereas if somebody develops cancer of the colon, it's a long drawn affair. Many times, it's not just the surgery, but chemotherapy, maybe radiation. So if you compare that struggle with getting a colonoscopy, there is no question colonoscopy always wins.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you joined us. It's so good to see your face. I miss you so much. um,
Likewise,
we
it was a privilege.
we Yes, I'm so glad that you joined us. It's good to hear from someone who has so much experience in the field, and to just let everybody watching know how important it is, not only to be a part of this event, but to really just raise awareness of the importance of the screenings and everything for people watching.
It did to that.
It was, yeah. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you soon. I'm going to go over and let Beth tell us all about the local event now.
Excellent. Thank you again.
Thank you.
my gosh, it was so good to see Dr. Ned Carney. He's like one of my faves. So very good to see him. So you heard it directly from someone, like I said, who has so much experience in the field with colon cancer and just preventing that for people in our community. So we are going to talk a little bit more about Get Your Rear in Gear and why it's so important to have this event in our community. Beth is here from Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine. Thank you for coming on. My sister Angie totally ditched her today and just left her hanging here. It's just, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I'm just kidding, Angie. We love you. Colon cancer is something that people don't want to talk about it. And I think for our family, I can speak for my whole family, it became a really big cause, something that we all wanted to raise awareness and make it something that people could talk about when we realized, me specifically, I'm like, my dad had colon cancer and didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed by it, he didn't want people to know about it, and he got it not once, but twice. And I mean, it was like he didn't want people to know. And it's just, that's crazy to me. You know, so many people in the community want to support you and want to be there for you. And so I really, to me, the importance of raising the awareness that it's everywhere. People have it and are fighting, and there's nothing to be ashamed of if you are fighting that fight. So that is a really important piece to Get Your Rear in Gear. I love just the way that they find like ways to make it fun and engaging and kind of bring that like humor to it. I mean, it's not a funny thing by any means, but I think I like the way that they're trying to kind of normalize it and be like, there's nothing wrong with talking about this. There's nothing wrong with it. And so that's one of my favorite things about Get Your Rear in Gear. But the other cool thing, which I think you'll agree, is that the money stays local. So the money raised at this event that you guys are putting on is going to stay here in Muscatine. So maybe you can talk a little bit about, you know, what that money goes towards. We talked a little bit with Dr. Ned Carney, but you can kind of probably go into a little bit more detail about that for people who may want to be involved.
Yep, we are super excited to bring back Get Your Rear in Gear after a year off. Our event is going to be virtual this year, but all of the funds that we bring in, registration money, sponsorship money, is all granted back to Trinity Muscatine to help with raising awareness of the importance of getting your screenings done, helping to break down any barriers that people have, financial barriers. If you feel like, you know, you've been holding off on getting a screening because you don't think you can afford it, you're afraid of the bills that will come afterwards, we're here to help with that.
Yeah.
We're super, super excited to be able to get that fund built back up after having a year off.
Yeah. So this fund is literally for whether you're uninsured, underinsured, it doesn't matter. If there is any barrier there, this fund is for you. And it's not a long drawn out process. You literally go in, you know, you can raise your concern first with your provider, and they can kind of tell you about the process. Maybe tell them that you saw the show today and, you know, you want to learn more about that so you can get your screening, things like that. But this event, like it solely funds that.
Yes.
So not only people who are watching who may want to participate in this virtual event, which we'll talk more about how it's going to work this year because it's a little different than in the past, but also all of the great sponsors. So Ange sent me over, so far there are a couple sponsors that are on board. Obviously Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine is the presenting sponsor this year. Some hero sponsors are Bear Corp and Dr. Prasad Nadkarni always comes in strong. And I love that about him because he really truly, it's not even just as a provider, but he like truly wants people to get these screenings, and he comes in strong. Yeah. And then their community sponsor, Central Credit Union, is also a sponsor of the event this year, and so super cool. And like Beth was saying, you know, if you guys sign up for the event this year, I think you can. So tell us, you can walk,
Yep.
you can run, you can bike, you
Yep.
can move any way you want to,
Yep.
basically.
Yep. Any movement counts.
Just get your rearing gear,
Yes.
regardless of how you're getting your rearing gear.
Yep.
You can swim. You can do whatever you want.
You can even swim. Yep. Just get moving.
Get moving. And so the event is virtual, and it's
Yep.
going to be in June.
You have the whole month of June.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys have some goals in place that you kind of have set for yourself, both monetary and both like miles or those kind of goals that you want. So what are some of those goals that you guys have set to kind of reach this year?
So we hope to, as a whole community,
Yep.
For our entire event, during the whole course of June, so 30 days,
Yep.
we hope to have 1,000 miles.
Yep.
And then we are hoping that the event raises $10,000.
Awesome. So I don't even know how to put that in perspective of how many people that could help. Do you have any idea? I mean, I guess it depends how they need to use the funds,
Right.
whether it's for the screening or whether it's for a barrier after a screening.
Right.
But so that was kind of a silly question, actually. But that could help a lot of people.
Yes.
It really could.
Yes.
And I guess not only can you sign up for the event and help in that way. It's $25 for adults and $10 for kiddos to sign up. You get your cool shirt, and they're always super cool shirts. She has one on, and I wore like an old one. And actually, so I used to help put on the event, and they sent me this one. This was one from Seattle. I loved it so much, so they sent me one. It says colon cancer stinks. I thought that was so funny. So she sent me that one. But the shirts are always super nice, good quality shirts. I always love them. And so I just threw my stuff. Hold on just a second. Got it. Mic drop. Colon cancer stinks. Mic drop.
The end.
But anyways, so they're always really nice shirts. So that money goes and helps. But you can also fundraise. So like when I signed up for the event, and I signed my daughter up as well, there was some different opportunities this year, I noticed. So I purchased like a walk sign for my dad because he, like I said, he had colon cancer, and so I purchased this little like yard sign for him. That was a way for me to donate a little bit more and still honor him. So it was a way for me to put like a picture and then a message from our family on that. So that was fun. So Hanley and I did that. That was cool. And then also you can also raise money. So you can set a goal and try to fundraise for the event as well. So you can set your own goal, and you don't have to fundraise if you don't want to, but certainly it helps.
Yeah, for sure.
And it doesn't have to be a goal of $1 million. It could be anything. And I say this all the time to people, but every single little bit helps. It doesn't matter. Every single dollar counts to help, people get their screenings and help raise awareness. I mean, think about it. Every cent that you donate can, print off a flyer that gets handed to someone, and all of those things add up and they count. So anyways, I'm going on and on because I get really excited and passionate about this, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit more information that you have. How do people get registered?
Okay. So registration's online, coloncancercoalition.org. /Muscatine, or if you just go to the site, it asks about events and then search for Muscatine. Really easy to register. They give you, like Ashley said, you can get like a yard sign. They're selling masks as well, and gaiters, the kind of long neck masks. So there's some opportunities to
really
buy some more
gear up.
stuff, to really have some swag going. And then the registration process, super simple. They give you ways like, to post on Instagram, on Facebook, just really, I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world, but I got stuff on my Facebook page I signed up myself and my whole family. So, to share awareness, to ask others, to sign up, to ask for money if anybody was kind enough to do that. There's an opportunity when you register, there is a hashtag Get Your Rearing Gear, GYRIG Muscatine. There's a list of photo opportunities. So while you're out getting your miles, there's take a picture by a landmark, just all kinds of fun stuff that you can share.
Like little challenges to do while you're getting your miles. Cool.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to make this really fun, whether you decide to do it with friends or family or even by yourself. I mean, we all know that walking and running and things like that can be really good for your wellness, not only to get up and move, but it can be really good for your mind as well, to kind of shut things off and do some thinking. So it's fun to do some of those challenges, and there are opportunities if you decide to raise money to win different prizes and stuff. There's levels that you can earn different more swag and other things like a Yeti cooler and all sorts of really cool stuff. I was really impressed how they kind of upped their game because of it having to be virtual, and so I really think that it's going to be cool. I think it's nice that people, race day is always fun. But to be safe and to make it virtual, I like that they extended it for the whole month and that people can kind of do it on their own time, and that there's still that community aspect by doing the hashtags and the photo opportunities and stuff throughout as well. So this is the 7th year of Get Your Rearing Gear, missing that last year because of everything that was going on. But the event was it was originally started by Brian Fessler. Brian's just absolutely amazing if you don't know him. We should have him on sometime to talk a little bit about it, maybe a little closer to the event. But Brian started it in memory, in honor of his late wife, and it has just always been such a passionate event. So many people that you have no idea that they have a connection to colon cancer, and they just come out and you hear about these connections that they have. And I got this amazing friendship with Brian because of it. And when I kind of took over, when he was ready to sort of pass on the torch, and when I took over being race coordinator for a while, and now you guys are doing it, it's cool to build those relationships. And it's always been such a strong event in our community, and I really hope that continues, not only with the huge corporate sponsors, but also, there's always been such community individual support as well. And I hope that continues this year. So she said as of last night, there was 28 people registered.
Yeah, we can do better.
We can do a lot better than 28 people. Come on, Muscatine. So there were 28 people registered as of last night. So I feel like we can do much better. You feel like
much better.
You feel like we can do much better. So what's the deadline? Because I know they can sign up clear until the event, but to get the shirt and everything in time, they have to sign up by a certain time.
May 1st.
Right? May 1st.
Yep.
So the clock is actually kind of ticking if you want to get your shirt and everything in time so that you can start doing those hashtags and get in on some of that fun stuff as well. So you have a little bit. You have a week to get signed up, and we have 28 people. We can at least double that over the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
We can double that over the weekend, for sure. Just with my friends and family and the people who are watching, I know that we can double that. So it's $25 for adults, $10 for kiddos. It's super fun. You'll get awesome swag. There's opportunities for you to fundraise online. It's super easy to sign up. I'll put the link right in the comment section of today's post so that on the show, so that you can easily click that and get right to sign up. But it's easy to find. The funds raised stay local, and that's always been so important to folks in Muscatine County, and you can know that is true, and that people here are going to benefit in a big way. Speaking from literal personal experience. It is a thing that not only affects the individual that has colon cancer, but the whole entire family. And my father was someone who never went to the doctor, never got sick. He was like the hero of all heroes. He was Superman, never was sick, ever, ever, ever. I can't remember him being sick until he had colon cancer. It was like one day they came home, I came home from school, and it was like you could see it on their faces that they were going to tell it, like, that we need to talk to you, kind of thing. And when they said it, I'm like, wait, what? Like, no, Dad doesn't get sick. This isn't right. But it's because he never went to the doctor. It's, he never got those screenings. He never, he didn't believe in that. It was like, he wasn't sick, so he didn't need to go to the doctor. But we have all this amazing technology and all of these amazing providers, and we have, even now, the barrier of finances is being broken down. And so why not go get the screening? I have to go get my colonoscopy soon. And so it's scary to think about,
yeah.
But it's so much less scary to think about that than to think about like getting colon cancer and having to go through all of that, because I watched my dad go through it, and that was horrifying. So I encourage you all to, if nothing else from today, take away that is important, and I hope that you'll schedule those if you haven't, and it's time for you. But I would love for you all to take advantage of this event and help out other people in the community and sign up. It'll be super fun. Come up with groups in your, whether it be family or friends, and do these walks together. I think we can really do it as a community in a safe way, virtually, and post some fun pictures, and we can even share them on the show to kind of keep encouraging people to go along. But 28 people is not enough.
No.
So let's double that this weekend at least. And I'll let you know on Monday if we did that. So Ange, you watch the little clicker this weekend online, and let me know if we reach our goal, and if not, I'll start like knocking on people's doors and stuff and start harassing people. But I know that people probably just haven't heard about it, right? Like, you guys haven't heard about it. So this is going to be a fun event. It's been going on in our community for so long, and it's such a cool, important event. What else? I've been blabbing forever. I'm sorry.
No,
I get
that's
so
okay.
like, woo!
Those are, really the high points. I'm really looking forward to participating myself.
Yep.
Taking advantage of some of the photo suggestions they have. It sounds like a lot of fun. On the back end, once all is said and done, we worked on fine-tuning the process to access funds. Just ask your doctor. They will explain how to do it. It's all in person. You talk face-to-face with somebody to get the process going. No phone conversations.
Yeah.
It's very, we keep it very personal.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice that you can just talk directly to your provider about it. A lot of times, whether it be the nurses or your physician, if they see or if they feel like that's the barrier that's there, especially if you're going to Trinity Muscatine, they're most likely going to let you know about this fund.
Yep.
And going to suggest that that's something that could break down that barrier, because especially at Unity Point Trinity Muscatine, I know that they're all very passionate about it. They always create a team in the down in the surgery department. Dr. Ned Carney was always a huge supporter of that, and it'll continue, I know, with the new providers. But that whole team there is really passionate about making sure that people in the community know that exists, and that they support it, and that they want everyone to know that it's there, and they want the awareness to be around and to exist, and they always have an amazing team.
Yep.
and do a lot of really fun stuff to make sure that people know that they're on team Get Your Rear in Gear, and want to be a part of everything in the community as well. So You have until May 1st if you want some cool swag. Is this the new shirt?
This year's shirt.
Look
yep.
at it. I love it. I like the pattern of the shirt.
It's like kind of see-through.
Yeah, it's
so very
like
breathable.
Yes, I love it. I like the pattern. So if you want a cool Get Your Rear and Gear shirt and you want to take part in the event coming up in June, it's crazy to think that we're talking about June events, but May 1st is the deadline for that, and you can start. Kind of like she said, it's easy to post to your Facebook and see if you can get some friends involved, whether they want to sign up on your team. I created a team, so you guys are more than welcome to join mine. If you don't have someone, please join mine. Anyone can join, and don't feel like you need to do it alone. You can also sign up as an individual or create your own team as well. So lots of ways to be involved and just be a part of this really cool community event. So thanks for coming on. I'll post the link to get signed up because we're going to at least double that number this weekend. And I'll put that in the comment section really quick after the show closes up. And that way it'll be super easy for you guys to just click while you're watching and sign up right away before you forget. But it's super easy peasy, and you can get some cool swag, do some things in memory of maybe someone you know, or just to support the community.
Yep.
So awesome. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and then I'll be back to kind of wrap up the show for the day.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
All right, so that was fun. I get super passionate about this event, if you couldn't tell. But when it involves someone that you love, it brings on a whole new, just a whole new, I guess, aspect, a whole new view. And but regardless of that, it's an important cause to anyone, whether you know someone personally or not. There are so many people in the community, and like I said, through past events, there are a lot of people in the community who have a connection to colon cancer, and so let's rally together and double that number this weekend and make sure that we're all signed up and taking those photos and doing what we can to raise awareness and make sure that we don't continue to have such high numbers of colon cancer in Muscatine County. We're raising that awareness and getting those screenings done here. So in other news, I want to remind you about Taste of Hy-Vee. So that starts today. Don't forget, you'll have your passports. I think, Jess, did you have that image? So this is the passport this weekend. So there's new demo tables for you all to go and enjoy, try the food, get those punched, signed off on, and turn them in at the customer service table to be entered to win prizes. So that's super fun going on Friday through Sunday. So those are the new things that you can go and demo, eat up. Today is our friends at Lutheran Living sponsor our national days, and today is National Cherry Cheesecake Day. Look what he did. He put this right in front of me, and he knows that I can't have this. I could have like a little piece, but yum. So you can come get this and celebrate yourself if you'd like. But I would have to do an extra class or two if I ate that, I think. But it's also National Picnic Day and National Take a Chance Day. So those are all brought to you by our friends at Lutheran Living. So another reminder, our sponsor, R7, is taking part in the Junkin Sisters Shop Hop. and that is going on this weekend. And Jennifer actually reached out to me from the Junkin Sisters Shop Hop and told me that they actually have this grand prize winner, and they get, I'm reading this so I don't get it wrong, they get a gift basket from, there's like a little something from all the shops that are participating, and a $200 donation on their behalf to a charity of their choice. So how cool is that? So not only do you get a really cool gift basket from a little something from all of these shops that are participating in this huge shop hop, but also a $200 donation will be made on your behalf to any charity that you choose. Maybe it's Get Your Rearing Gear. That'd be cool. Way to connect the two things going on today. But very cool stuff going on, and you can find out more about that event on R7's Facebook page if you want, and make sure you take advantage of that. It's going to be a good weekend for that, to go mosey around some of the shops that are local, maybe find some new ones that you didn't even know existed. So there's maps available, and I know that Tennille posted that on her R7 Facebook page. So if you need the map still, it's on her Facebook page, I know. But, thank you again to our two guests for today, and a huge thank you, shout out to our sponsors, who include R7, of course, Lutheran Living, CBI, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City. You can see all of their great deals in the scrolls that they have going on this month. Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, and of course, Hy-Vee Market Grill Express Studios. I am so glad you joined us. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday with more great guests. But until then, I hope that you remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 Road Trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.